Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Comics Show. This is episode 39. We're coming up on episode 40, which is kind of hard to believe, to be quite honest. And I hope you all have been enjoying the show so far. We have a lot of big changes coming up, hopefully. And hopefully these changes will make the show better, and more people will get involved, and more people will be excited to see it and all that good stuff. And you guys get involved in the world of comics. Granted, we talk about comics, but we also talk about like real world events and stuff that could eventually impact the world of comics as a whole. I'm your host, Technique, and this is my co-host, Matt, aka Night Hot Plays. Hope you're doing well, man. How you doing?
It's Saturday. We're here in the weekend, closer and closer to Easter, so I'll take it. I feel like everybody's been feeling it recently, myself included. Just a lot of stuff going on, and a bug that apparently hit all over the United States that hit our home too. But I mean, outside of that, weather's actually really, really getting nice. So there's that, and it's a good time. I really don't have a voice, so there's that as well. But no, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Frank. You know, it's good times. Good times.
Yeah, we're alive. I think that's the theme right now. There's a lot going on, and it's trials and tribulations. Anytime anything good happens, we're put through trials, and something good may be coming up, we're put through trials, and sometimes we just have trials after trials. It's how we go about it and keep on going. Just when times are like poop, I always just kind of I typically go outside on my breaks and take in that we're alive and we're breathing. I mean, sometimes that reset is a good thing to have. But other than that, we're going to talk some things today. It's not much to talk about. The comic book world isn't booming right now until May. May is when everything starts to really pick up. Granted, we have Moon Knight right now, but Moon Knight is kind of like that thing where you kind of sit back and relax and watch it whenever you want to. I don't feel an urgency to watch Moon Knight. That does not necessarily mean it's a bad thing. I'm just not like, oh my God, Moon Knight's coming out. I gotta watch the next episode. I'm kind of more of the line of okay, Moon Knight, the episode 1 it felt long to me. It kind of was like the Batman film. It wasn't necessarily bad. It just felt long. And I just felt like there was too much buildup. And like I said, not a negative. It's just, I understand it's a brand new character that they are introducing to the world that people may not have any recollection about at all. So that's very understandable that they do take their time with Moon Knight. Hello, Watermelon. But I personally felt it was good. Oscar Isaac is amazing.
He's a great actor.
The other dude that plays the villain, forgot his name, is amazing. Everybody's amazing. Yeah. Even the backup actors, the people that's in the background are doing very well. The culty feel of it all feels good. I haven't seen episode 2 yet. I'm kind of holding off because I kind of want to watch it since we stagger it anyway. I kind of want to watch 2 episodes at once, and I'm probably going to do that from now on, just to get a better grasp of everything. Because I feel like if I watch it week to week, I'm going to be up in the air about it. And okay, I'll just be doing that. It's okay.
There's a lot of storytelling going on, and unlike, right? Yeah, and unlike the other Marvel show, unlike the other Disney Plus Marvel shows before it, I'm trying to think. I want to say this right.
No, it makes sense. Because every character we had was introduced,
right? Because WandaVision, Loki. Yep. Falcon and Winter Soldier, What If? I'm missing something. Hawkeye? Yeah, everyone. Hawkeye, yeah. This is the.
Granted, Katie Bishop was brand new, but Hawkeye was very established, and all the other characters are very established. Yeah, and this is what we're gonna have to deal with, Matt. When Miss Marvel comes out,
and there's gonna be more after that too. I mean, it's nice.
She-Hulk,
to see.
All that.
It's nice to see that they're expanding the universe outside of Iron Man and Thor, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and Captain America. And, Doctor Strange is only now getting his second solo movie, even though he's been in other things. We forget about that. But we're going to be in a run of new characters being portrayed on screen and digital and on film. And it is exciting. It's weird because it's not just the A's anymore. Now we're getting into the not that they're B's or C's or D's or anything, that they're just not as well known or as prominent out there as some others. Because Moon Knight's got a following. I mean, I dove into it. It's got a following. It's not Batman, Superman, Iron Man, Thor. Yeah.
I mean, without saying, Iron Man wasn't even that popular outside of like the small comic book world lovers until the movies. Robert Downey Jr. had a huge impact on Iron Man, and that's why they kind of adapted Iron Man to Robert Downey Jr. versus his Tony Stark. And I feel like Oscar Isaac is probably going to be the same way with Moon Knight. If he knocks it out of the park, I mean, you're probably just going to see him as Moon Knight. And that's the one good thing about these characters. It's even Blade. Still to this day, Blade is still Wesley Snipes, like in the comic books, like to this day. Like they just did a comic book thing on Wesley Snipes' Instagram. You can see it. It's like a comic book day or whatever. And they're honoring Wesley Snipes on Netflix. They have all of the Blade trilogy up right now. You can watch it. Honoring Wesley Snipes. Like that's the thing, man. Like, and people are still to this day saying like, dang, you were the truth. And they show clips of that movie aged really well. Like
really well.
Yeah. I
the
was
first
watching the
two,
clips.
not the third one so much.
Yeah, maybe not the third one, but yeah, the first two. I mean, they had so many started. Ryan Reynolds. They had the dude that plays Hellboy in it. They had the guy that played the Frost in it was
yep.
At the time he was like, in a lot of movies. I forgot his name. But yeah, it's pretty wild to me how well that movie aged. And it goes back to, I mean, yeah, there was some CGI, but it goes back to a lot of those scenes were fight scenes, like choreographed fight scenes. Kind of like what the Batman had, and I missed those. They
only put CGI in when they needed it, and a lot of the CGI was when he killed a vampire, and then it evaporated. But like his movement, his martial arts, his action. I mean, a very high percentage of that movie was non CGI, and I go back to like one of the reasons why I like Matrix is great, but there's a lot of CGI going on it. But there's one reason why I like Equilibrium a little bit more, because it's like it's Matrix, but John Wick, because it's a lot of gung fu in the beginning in it, where it's less on the high flying like CGI aspect. It's a really good film. It just didn't it just came out at the wrong time. So
and Equilibrium had actual martial artists.
Oh man, that was awesome.
I mean, that's that's a huge thing. And I miss those old kung fu flicks where it literally had every big time martial artist in it,
Yeah.
That was like, it's crazy. Yuen Bao, Jackie Chan, what's the thick boy name? I forgot the big boy. God, I forgot his name, but Donnie Yen.
He's like the Sifu of them all.
Yeah,
he was like the main guy. Yep.
Yeah,
he directed.
That guy, like all of them. Yep. Dude, I still have the VHSs. It's like, Yuen Bao looks so old now. I can't. Man, they aged. Jackie Chan is aging very, very well.
Yes, he is.
Incredibly, and incredibly so. For someone that broke his body as many times as he has. But yeah, it's really, really interesting to see how. I'm so happy that they're honoring Wesley Snipes, because he went through a period where people just wasn't happy with him. I mean, his tax stuff is his business at the end of the day. I mean, you really don't have to hate somebody about that. Like, he's not hurting you.
Yeah.
But anyway,
he was Nicolas Cage before Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the thing. So if you haven't seen all the Blade trilogy and you want to refresh yourself and go back to it, check it out on Netflix. It's all there. It's great. It's really, really good.
I mean, speaking of which, we didn't have this on there, but if you heard on our show sheet this morning, but since we brought it up, did you hear of it's in theaters right now with was it Michelle Yeoh? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
It's badass, dude.
Dude, they're saying
really great ratings.
This is the best multiverse movie. It sets the bar for action and kung fu scenes. Mm-hmm. I really want to see.
She did her stuff.
She goes ham apparently in this.
Did you see her magazine shoots in China and here, the Vogue and stuff? Dude, she kicked her leg up on that chair. I was like, what the fuck? The woman can still do that, bro. I wonder what else she could do. Like, oh my God. She's just like, her leg is like this. I'm not even kidding. I was like, dang, mama.
Oh,
how old is she? She is such a queen. Man, Michelle Yeoh she forever will be
She's badass.
I don't want to say the grandma. I want to say the mom of Kung Fu on the like the lady standpoint in motion pictures. And Zhang Ziyi, still love that woman. Zhang Ziyi is like a follow up, but Zhang Ziyi still can't hold a candle to Michelle Yeoh. It's ridiculous how amazing that woman is at acting. And how many in that multiverse one really puts her acting to the test because, you know, she has to play different parts of her. And it made me think back to Moon Knight and Oscar Isaac. Like he has to do technically 3 characters, but she like 6.
Yeah, right.
You know, so it's like,
what?
Hold my beer, you know? I don't know.
I mean, I really like this is I'm happy this is happening now. Because we haven't had this in 2 years with the pandemic. No. Like, I know we're still kind of going through things, but like seeing and hearing about a film like this that actually wants to, that's not Marvel or DC. Or
outside of the comic world, but still embodies it.
Want to go and see it because everything they're saying about it is I haven't seen it yet, Baki. The ratings are off the charts, though. Like, ratings off the charts. Everything that I've seen review-wise, looking at, you know, people like Straw Hat Goofy on TikTok to Polygon to even Kotaku, like they're praising it. The Golden Boy on G4, like they're all praising it. So
my friend Kate, who's extremely critical of anything she touches, not saying it's a bad thing, she said it was like her favorite film of the year so far. So
that excites me.
Yeah, she said the storytelling, the everything, the graphics to the fight scenes, everything was just real choreographed. Michelle, you took it to a whole different level with her acting. Like, and I'm so happy. As Casual said, she finally got her own movie. She's not a side chick anymore. Like she was always a sidekick in every movie. You know, I thought Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I thought she got the stick on that. I think that the movie should have been more about her than anything. But whatever. She's great, and she's becoming more of a face in the States now, you know, because she's God status in China, bro. Like, you know, she's up there, but being in the States,
you know what's interesting? Did it really just take Marvel to get her own movie with Shang-Chi? It's like this woman has been acting her ass off forever. I don't even know and Marvel... it's just interesting that right after that, she has her own. I mean, obviously this movie didn't happen and filmed and produced and shipped in 3 or 4 months, right? But it's just interesting timing. And good morning, everybody, by the way. We see you in chat. We're talking to you. Hello. If you're out on the podcast, we obviously stream here live on Saturdays at about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/raredrop now. So yeah, check us out. We'll talk. We're here. Smile.
Yeah. Star Trek.
Yeah.
Which one? You talking about the recent one with Patrick Stewart? Yeah, that's the whole show. Oh, big news. Big news. You know how we like our drama because I mean, without drama, we don't have news, right? So let's talk about The Flash. Have you heard the news on that?
Bro!
Oh my God. You talk about, okay, you know what's really funny before we get into it? I was talking on my stream the other day about how there's people putting that get lucky, right? And putting really big high positions and like content creation, acting, music, you name it. They get this big break and they soar out doing really well. And then something happens up there mentally and they just drop rock bottom. I mean, like completely throw their career away. And these are the people that are inspirations and mentorships to those that are trying to make it. They see these people doing stuff and getting a pat on the wrist and passing on. They start doing it. And then the people that bust their ass and work hard to be somewhere don't get where they want to be, right? Like it's just like you have to work even harder. But excuse me, Mr. Flash. Okay. What the heck, bro? Like
it's crazy because if you go back and look up, like he has a history of
being in trouble,
of getting in trouble with women, with people in general. I mean, you're sitting down at a bar or a restaurant or whatever it was. People are singing karaoke. Hello, it's a karaoke bar at some extent, and you get up there and flip your like I do like. It's in the day and age we do have to say like we don't know what's going on behind the scenes with him mentally.
I wish a mother would throw a dang mic at my head, bro.
Like that's but like if you start digging into it, like there's some there's some creepy ass shit that this guy did. Like, excuse my language. There's some creepy ass that this guy did, and yeah, they official. And this is okay. It's actually interesting you brought that up right now because the other day they said that Warner Brothers is right now putting any future projects with him on hold. And The Flash got delayed there a couple of weeks ago prior to this, probably a month ago now. Time is all weird. Time is wimey. Got pushed, right? So what are they going to do? Like, if you want a scapegoat to change everything, DC, here's the chance. And now,
I would have been counting my blessings.
You know what got signed this morning, which they may have also been waiting for? It is official as of this morning that Warner Brothers and Discovery are now one. The new name is Warner Brothers Discovery, and the acquisition was $40.3 or $43 billion.
Damn,
so that was a lot of money. So if they want to go,
now's a chance,
change everything. Listen, now is your opportunity.
They're gonna turn every DC film into a reality show, baby. Because that's what Discovery is all about. Love is Blind, not Love is Blind. Married at First Sight, we watch it.
I Am Bruce Wayne. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, right. Vigilante at First Sight. We here. I don't know, man. I mean, hey, Discovery got money. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, I never liked that guy as the Flash. I'm just gonna be out there. I just never thought I think they did my boy. What's his name from the Flash show?
Man, Grant Gustin is so
they did my boy wrong, man. They did him wrong. I mean, granted, I never looked at him as Flash either, but he grew on me, right? There's a blonde head gentleman. I forgot his name that people want to cast as a Flash. He looks just like Barry Allen. I wish I could find the post, but I just didn't care enough. Once I saw that, I was just like, oh, okay, all right, well, whatever. I forgot his name, but let's just say Grant. Yeah, Grant from the show. He deserves movies. Like, why would you? That show has been on. What is they on season? What?
They're on
8 now? 10?
It's either they're on season 8 going on to season 9, or they're on season 9 right now.
I thought it was 8. Yeah, 8 years this man's been doing this, and he's good at it. And they just keep introducing more and more Flashes. And like, I'm just like, give the man a movie. Just give him the movie. We're already used to him being a Flash. Just give it to him. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, it's they hit every once in a while. I mean, obviously there's casting directors and they know who they want to sign on. And it's also a fraternity Hollywood or sorority Hollywood, right? But at the same time, it's crazy where like you and I and Chad and so many others can look at something and just go, just cast this guy. Like, you could do it. You could play it. Why did you post this guy? Like, he looks nothing like him. He doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't even act like him. His jokes are bad, and he had a weenie in his hand. And I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad about the weenie, man. The naked weenie, he flopping it around and then knowing what he does.
And Barry Allen's like, he's a smart kind of, what's the word I want to look for? Like, he's
smart as hell.
He's bumbly. He's like,
he's quirky.
He's quirky, and then he gets wise once he kind of gets into it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but you look at Ezra Miller and you don't see that. You see like a pompous. I'm like, listen, you look at his face. He looks like a pompous jack.
He does.
I'm sorry.
He looks like he is IRL. I don't think that's acting at that point. The reports go way back to where he looked at the script, thought it was trash, wrote his own script, gave it to the director. And then gonna get mad at WB for saying, nah, we ain't using this. It's like, what the hell, bro? He acting like he like Denzel Washington up in
and now a lot of now it's all coming out that he's not easy to work with on the sets too. So man.
You see what I'm saying, man? Any of us would kill, for a chance to be put in that position, my guy.
We were talking about this last week with Zendaya and Tom Holland, how they're living. Your girl, Florence,
Haley Steinfeld, Florence Pugh.
Like
I can go for days.
They know what they have, and they're just living their life to their fullest in a good way. Because it seems like those 4 individuals are just good human beings, and they understand the hand that they dealt, and it's a good hand.
Yeah, and I mean, and especially during these times,
out for it. So
during these times of everything, like I just don't understand when you get so lucky to be placed, and I agree. Yeah, no respect for the source. I just don't get it, man. Like, I mean, granted, you don't take abuse on set at all. You know, that's why I'm going back to cyborg actor. You know, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But like people like him need to be treated better, and people like this other guy should have been cut a long time ago. Like, I don't understand why they keep giving chances to this. It's all a double standard city going on in Hollywood right now, and I just don't understand why they put up with people's crap so much. There's infinite amount of people that want to be actors or even good actors out there that can't find actual representation agents that can really push them forward. That's why we're seeing a lot of these talents come out of the woodworks, especially out of the UK.
Yeah, like
they literally come over here being theater majors and just blowing it out of the park. I don't know, man, or whatever. I have to remember that Flash was dead in the comics in 1985, 2006, so they probably were struggling even in the script. Just because Flash mythos changed so much. But it's still, Flash was still a very big respected character no matter what it did in the comics. Like when you thought about Justice League, or you thought about anything like DC, he was up there, you know, like I don't know. I still don't think that's zero excuse to be acting the way you're acting if you're casted at. Like, I don't even think he should have even been cast in the first place. I feel like the whole world was like, why though? You know, like when we saw him, you know, it's just, I don't know.
Well, you know what? It's interesting about the source material because we've said this before that comics, these superheroes, these characters, their art and art can be interpreted in I don't think I said that. Anyway, it could be, you could see it in different ways, right? Words are hard. So you can change the script. You could be very you could be very respectful of the source material, like Watchmen, which was like pretty much a page-to-page adaptation, right? Yeah. But some people don't like that. It works with some, it works with others. But there is that fine line of creating something that represents the character and what the and right now with DC in a lot of the ways, specifically with Flash, it's the latter. And it just doesn't make any sense in that sense. I'm all about, like Man of Steel wasn't generally source material for me, because of the ending, how he was portrayed, very alien, like it was a little bit different as a Superman fan, but I enjoyed it. Same thing with this Batman movie, the Batman that just came out. There was a lot of different things in it, which I think made it really way more well.
Than the comic.
Yeah, like it's.
And to piggyback what you're saying, a lot of things that we enjoyed in comic books does not translate well to the big screen anyway. Like
Civil War. I think Civil War is outside of like it's a good
adaptation.
You know, it's a good adaptation, but I think if I compare it to everything else, I'm not a fan of it. Like,
really?
like I like I like the comic
Civil War, my guy.
I like the comic book Civil War more than the movie. There's something about that film. I know it set up a lot of the MCU after that, right?
I think for an adaptation, like I said, there's only so much you can do. I think for adaptation, it was baller. But I mean, I understand. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Civil War 3 in the comics, don't read it, bro. Just don't. It's gonna ruin your life. Like, just don't do it. Oh my god.
Yeah, like, I like not Civil War 2, like the actual, like when the Civil War event happened in the comic books, I loved it. The main story arc, everything. I'm not saying
also really long.
Yeah, I'm not saying the movie was bad. It's just when I compare it to the other ones, I'm like, why did they have to do Captain America? Like, why didn't Captain America have his own film? You just came off of Winter Soldier, which is arguably one of the best movies, period.
Yeah, Winter Soldier was good.
Like, there was something about it that just didn't work for me, and I thought it could have been better.
Interesting.
And I just wasn't a fan of it.
It's very interesting. Let's see, we have a question from Black Wolf. It says, do you think with all the Marvel TV shows with the younger cast, they might be setting up? Oh yeah, Young Avengers. Yeah. We like it's 100% going to be Young Avengers. There's too much going. They're pointing towards Doom, which Doom has a lot to do with the Young Avengers. We're getting every Young Avenger cast member. Miles Morales is already being talked about. Like, they're looking for cast for that, but we don't know where that's going because Sony might drop the ball on that. Let's just be real. I really hope there's no Miles Morales film until Sony gives Marvel back their damn characters. That's what I'm hoping. Because that will, if they ruin Miles Morales, as you know me, I will probably be pissed. Squirrel Girl is being rumored.
I have a theory that I have to tell you that I read about. Speaking of Miles Morales, can I go into it?
Ooh.
Okay, fans, here we go. So this also goes into a little bit of Morbius. I'm going to put a spoiler alert here at the end, even though I don't need to put a spoiler alert here because the post-credit scenes are out there. The director actively talked about it. It doesn't make any sense. Frank, I know you don't like spoilers, but I'm telling you.
I'm not going to see the movie.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. So there you go. So at the, oh God, Jesus Christ. So in Morbius, okay. So at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone goes back to their main universe because the theory of the spell that was cast was it brought everyone that knew, I guess, spoiler alert for No Way Home, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't seen it yet, blah, blah, blah. It brought everyone that knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man, Spider-Man was Peter Parker into Tom Holland's Spider-Man universe MCU, right? That's why, Electro was there. That's why all those people were there. At the end, when he said everyone forgot, it shut everyone back into their respective universes. At the end of these two post-credit scenes, Adrian Toomes, Michael Keaton, who you don't see anywhere in this movie before it, gets transferred into a cell within, I forgot what the jail is, but he gets transferred into a cell from his MC universe into this Morbius universe. We haven't seen that before, so it makes no sense. Why did he get transferred out of his universe into this universe? And, he gets set free because no one knows who Adrian Toomes is. There is no Oscorp that we know of because there's no buildings on the skyline. There is no Avengers. There is no nothing in this Morbius movie. Everything that they showed us in the trailer was cut. And then the post credit scene is he magically has his Vulture outfit, goes flying into Morbius and says, hey, let's build a team.
Oh no!
How does that make any sense?
Why are they doing Sinister Six again?
But no, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. How does he get? We know that his Vulture costume is made from the Battle of New York. There is no Battle of New York in this universe. So where is his Vulture costumes?
I don't know.
Well, okay, but that makes sense for everything else. Like I know Venom got transferred in the post-credit scene and then he got transferred back out into his universe. So is it this is like this is the fourth universe that we know of now. Toby, Andrew, Morbius, and Tom. And what they're saying is, which I wanted to bring this up to you, is they're saying that this may be Miles' universe, and this is where they're going to introduce him.
Bruh, I'll be done. I'll be so done with Sony, Columbia Pictures.
Man. I shouldn't be laughing because it hurts. Like, it hurts.
It's so dumb. It makes more sense for this universe to be collided with the Amazing Spider-Man 3. If they're going to do it. If they're going to bring Andrew Garfield Venom back, it just makes sense. Yeah. It just makes so much sense. And then make it Venom and be done. And then sell all your shit. Sell it all to Marvel for like billions of dollars. God. Or Disney, I should say. And I'm so, dude. Sony is just notorious for just like, you ever played Dark Souls or like Elden Ring or anything? And you're like the boss, you build a build, it feels real good, and then you get to this boss and you're whipping that boss ass and he has a little bit of HP and then you just go stupid and you die. Like that's exactly what's happening right now for Sony. It's like they get a little taste of money, they get a little taste of success, they know it's not because of them, and they just go ham, get greedy, and just kill it. They kill everything. But the good news is, if they ruin Miles, they're going to put up with a whole lot of press because, the communities will come after them. I just got to stop. They are not the mega ship that makes movies. They're just not. Now, comic book movies, they failed on so many occasions they just need to just give the rights to. They don't even have to give the rights to Marvel at this point. Just let Marvel handle everything, and you guys just soak up the money. What's so hard about that? What is so hard about it? Just put your little Columbia Pictures Sony logo at the end and be done with it. Have nothing to do with the film. Like, God dang. This is the problem with Kevin Feige and Pascal, Amy Pascal being best friends. She needs to leave Sony and go to Marvel. Let's just be real. Let her leave, go to Marvel.
No, that doesn't solve anything. The only thing that solves this is Sony selling the Spider-Man world rights back to Marvel.
You can argue Sam all you want. That movie did not age well, and it was like absolute dog shit, in my opinion. It was good back in the day because it's the first Spider-Man. I look at it just like the first Batman, Michael Keaton's nostalgic reasons, but I rewatched all the Spider-Man recently multiple times, and I was like, Spider-Man 1 was decent. Spider-Man 2 it reminded me of the Justice League. It was good, but it reminded me of Justice League. No, when I say that, I'm talking about Justice League like being shot on a stage. Like everything looked so foamy, and it was. I mean, I understand back then graphics, blah blah blah. But yeah, I don't know. I still don't think that Tobey Maguire makes a good Spider-Man. I think he makes a great Peter Parker. That's just me. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean we say that with a lot of people, right? Like I liked Brandon Routh as or Roth, whatever, how do you pronounce his last name, as Clark Kent. I think he was one of the best Clark Kents outside of Christopher Reeves. But as Superman, no, I think Henry Cavill is the best Superman. But I don't necessarily like him as Clark Kent.
Yeah.
There's something off about it.
And that can have a lot to do with writing and acting and all kinds of stuff. Because let me tell you, like, I feel like Tobey Maguire is a great Peter Parker. I felt that Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man. I feel like Tom Holland is like right in the middle. I feel like those three are just really good in general as Spider-Men. And if we had to have a Spider-Man universe, I think, hell yeah, bring on the boys. Like, bring on the boys. I felt that Tobey Maguire was better in No Way Home than he was in all three of his films.
Oh yeah, I'll I could argue. I'd argue that with you too. I think that was probably his best performance as Spider-Man because it actually looked like he was having fun. Mm-hmm. Right? There was just something about, and Andrew too. Yep. I think that was his best. Like even the simple, like the whole bread going back and forth, and he's like, "This isn't enough for you." When he puts like just those simple things, it's like they had to go through their shit to actually have fun with it again.
Well, it's not only that. This is such a hard thing to retain as an actor when you haven't been that character for a long time. They retained their personalities of each Spider-Man and put them in one room. And that's really hard to do, especially on the writing side of things and acting. Especially Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield was our Amazing Spider-Man 100%. Like he nailed it. The quirkiness.
I love you guys.
Yeah, like everything he was, that was Amazing Spider-Man. Spectacular Spider-Man, freaking Tobey Maguire.
Yes,
nailed
Black
it.
Wolf. Yes. Perfect timing.
Like he nailed it. It's and then of course Tom Holland being the type kid, like the frantic boy. They all just nailed it, and they look really good on screen together. It's really hard sharing the screen with three mega actors that played the same character and while retaining the same personalities. Really awesome.
I'm part of the Avengers. How is this helping? Like you watch the deleted scenes, man. They couldn't get through a shot. They couldn't get through a shot. It was.
I mean, like it's funny because Tom Holland was fanboying. Like Tobey Maguire is finally having fun for once on film. My God, he's a nightmare, by the way. And then Andrew Garfield. How good on him to come back and do this when he got burned. Okay, man got burned and came back and then owned it. And you know what? Zendaya apparently wrote the scene.
No,
of those two.
Okay, because that scene could have been. So the two scenes in that movie that everyone was talking about leading up to it because of everything, and even after watching it, was the with great power comes great responsibility, and the closure, and the jumping down, and those two scenes. They could have gone, there was that, like, it could have gone horribly wrong, but it went so...
Everything.
Right.
That was good.
Andrew,
that was really good.
Like, are you okay? Like, Andrew's, that could have been really bad. And for him not finishing it, saying, and Toby comes in, then he looks over at Andrew like, Oh, so good. My MJ with him saying, yeah, my MJ. Like, oh man, they really did that well. And that could have gone so bad.
I saw a report saying that she had a lot to do with that scene. So maybe the reports were wrong. There's multiple reports. I don't know. I got my news sources from one place. Or two places, I should say.
Excuse me, sorry.
But yeah, whatever it is, whatever the case is, that scene was awesome. Everything was awesome about it. And just having all three of them on the screen at one time, the equal action parts between all three of them, and didn't feel like the film was like shying away from them or at all. It was like a celebration. I thought it was that shit was fantastic. We talk about breaking movies up into like, parts, scenes, or chapters or whatever. And like, I felt like the Batman could have been a little bit better with that. Because Spider-Man was just as long, but didn't feel like it was. I was like, there ain't more. Like, what the fuck? I was like still hungry more for Batman. I was just like, all right.
I didn't want Spider-Man. Yeah, I didn't want Spider-Man to end, especially with how they ended it with the suit and everything. Oh, the suit, so good. The Batman. We talked about it. Like, they could have changed a bunch of things and ended it a couple of different ways and routes. So, but man, after going back and watching
everything was good. And that too, Black Wolf, the respective fighting their own enemies, like from their own universe, and having that relationship back and forth between them. And it wasn't just like, I hate you, I'm gonna kill you. They were like actually like throwing some real stuff. I thought it was brilliant. And the whole Tony back thing, like not Tony, but Tobey Maguire's back thing, like they brought that back. Like he fell off the rooftop, his back still hurts, and he's getting older. Like that was so good. Like I was like, man, they thought about everything. It's like they watched the fucking films again and wrote the thing. I thought it was really good. Hey, what's going on? Monkey?
What's up, Monkey? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody.
I think it's so brilliant, and like that's when film and actors, like the whole circle, are just having fun. And they're just rehashing out all these great moments, and it's just a brilliant thing, man. I really hope to see more of that on set, because it's kind of like the scene that was off camera with all of the Avengers eating food on their break, eating food together, and it was just like so candid because they're all in their outfits and they're just eating lunch and shit. And somebody just filming that, and then like it became like this big staple meme, and everyone loves it. I don't know, I just love it. I want to see more of that.
Yeah. It's funny. Like the more you think about it, like the directors. Ooh, John Watts actually just got signed on to do something I need to look up. That's in this that just popped in my head. It came out yesterday. I got to figure out what it was. I'll Google it after this. But like the Spider-Man films, they're having fun because they're living the dream, right? Yeah. We just saw Thor Ragnarok. But completely changed the way everyone looked at Thor, not only in the MCU, but just in general, and is arguably one of the best films. Like, there's so many iconic scenes, and the him becoming Thor.
Have you seen Chris lately for Love and Thunder? Bruh.
Bro, his bicep is the size of my body, bruh.
Let me tell you, you thought he was big before this. Oh my God. Dude is huge right now. I was just like, what the fuck? What? He can get bigger? Like, what in the hell? It's funny. There's so many memes going out right now about him with the big stomach and like that scene. And then now, like, I'm just like, bro, like, good God. It's good. This is going to be epic. I bet Chris was like, if this is going to be my last film, I'm going to go ham. Like, goodness. It's like, damn, brother. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Can the Batman be the definitive Batman? I think so. Yes, absolutely. I think Robert Pattinson earned his Batman cape. I think he's 100% should be the refresh for the whole DC universe. I think that world they created, the cast members, the atmosphere, the feel was DC finally.
Yeah.
Out of all the movies we had, that just stank up DC. Like I just loved it. I was like, when I was watching Gotham, I smelled that shit. Like I smelled the sewer smell and then the streets and the rain and the gutters and, and like just seeing like it was all in turmoil and you had to watch your back everywhere you go. That was the first time I felt like that, with that Gotham had that feel. Now, not to discredit Gotham, this TV series did a pretty fantastic job overall, but they used more of a monochromatic color, gray, to really give you that atmosphere where they didn't have to do that in the Batman. The Batman was just a city, and Robert Pattinson had a lot to prove, and I think he did with shining colors. People have their reserves. I think he did fan-freaking-tastic. He was definitely a great Batman, could do better on Bruce Wayne, but I'm not blaming him. I think that was writing. I don't think that was him. You know, the film wasn't flawless, but it was a damn good film. At least that's how I feel about it.
Oh man, so many.
Yeah, so many things, man. So many good things. Questions. Let's see. What about Superman? What do you think they should do about him? There's so many rumors about Henry Cavill coming back, not coming back. Like I know Henry is enjoying the hell out of Witcher, and I heard that chick got canceled. So I don't know what's true and what's not true. Because they were up there with shows that may be canceled off Netflix. So I doubt that it's going to get canceled. So I don't know, but I know he's enjoying Witcher and he wants to do Mass Effect, and he might be putting his own money in this pot. And if that's the case, I'm here for it. I could see him. I could see him as, you know, as our boy in Mass Effect. I think Henry Cavill's on he also wants to do Warhammer.
Yeah, I heard about
also
that.
Wants to do Warhammer.
He's such a geek, Henry, which is so cool. He's another one. He's living the dream, and you could tell, like he's enjoying it. So, but yeah, he's a big Warhammer fan. He's a big Warcraft. I don't know if he's going to do anything with WoW though. He was loving Witcher, not just the games, but the books. He's a big fan of the books. So that'd be cool if you put something together with that. I mean, I very much want the Batman to start the new DCEU and just wipe everything else out. Like, I'm okay with them still having certain cast members as certain actors and actresses. Gal Gadot
can still be Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else wants Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean, she's perfect. Honestly. She's perfect for it. I mean, I even have no issue with Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
I don't either. I think they need to reshape Aquaman to fit him.
Yeah,
he makes way more sense to be Aquaman than, I'm sorry, a blonde head. Gentleman in the water.
The way they're portraying.
Yeah.
This goes back to the way they're portraying. Like, Ezra Miller doesn't work as a Flash, but the way they're portraying Aquaman with the tribal tattoos and where he comes from, his father, Boba Fett, and his mom, and like it works. That makes sense for him to look like not a blonde hair, blue-eyed Fisher guy.
I mean, I get that, Baki. But I get it. But as Matt says, it just makes more sense for someone that looks like Jason Momoa to be more of a Aquaman. Anyway.
Yeah, I can't see him as the only other character I could see him playing right now is what you brought up last time, is him as Kraven. Yeah,
he would be a damn good Kraven, I think.
Yeah, but as far as Superman goes, I liked Henry. I don't think he got because of the whole Snyderverse thing. I don't think he had his due. I would have loved to see really a Superman 2, but we didn't get a Superman 2 because they rushed it because they went into Batman vs. Superman and he was an angry Superman, right? Do you bleed? Like, God, anyway. So what am I trying to say?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying about that.
I would like them to either start fresh or give him his chance, but in a chance with what he wants, The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's, put him in that world. He's said, I want to go toe to toe with Henry Cavill, not just Superman. He specifically said he wants to go toe to toe with him. So we'll see what that movie does in October. Maybe that will change it, because everything that this man touched essentially is turning to gold. Like, I'm even getting excited for the XFL. Why? Yeah. I don't know, but the things that he is doing and the things that they're showing kind of gets me excited for it. So Pierce Bronson
what's the XFL? Is that like Blitz, the video game?
You remember
each other and shit?
You remember
is that what it is?
Remember the XFL with Vince McMahon and a couple of years,
it's like wrestling with football.
Got canceled, and then they brought it back, and then it got canceled again. Well, him, $7 production, and a couple of other investors bought the rights to it, and now they own the XFL, and they're bringing it out. And the things that him and his ex-wife Danny Garcia have put out there and are showing, it's pretty interesting.
Dude, I'm down for it. You know what? Entertainment is so it's kind of funny, and I kind of brought this up the other day, is that wrestling went away for a little while, right? Like, people were just kind of like done with wrestling, especially after Owen Hart passed away. wrestling kind of went on a decline. Now wrestling is at an all-time high. Like all the new breeds out here and the old schools are coming back. Like everybody's returning to wrestling. It's even some people we don't want to see is in wrestling now. So yeah, it's pretty dang entertaining. I'm like getting back. I'm like, damn, like seeing all my friends like post about the wrestling events and stuff like that, and they're getting all hyped about it, and like having friends in the WWE now, and like Xavier Woods and all of them. It's just nice seeing my boys actually do like, and I'm just like, man, I can't believe I'm friends with these guys, and this is great. Like Alex, he be Golden Boy. He gets so hyped. He gets me hyped about it. Like that's what it's all about, man. That's entertainment. So if the XFL brings that hype, I'm here for it. I'm so sick of the drama and the politics that goes on in like basketball and football, like NFL and stuff. It's losing its flavor, man. And wrestling had that. Wrestling had that politic crap, and that's what ruined it. Now that it's kind of like people are like, if you don't like my rap, I'm gonna make my own wrestling, and that's becoming popular. I'm here for it, man. I love it.
It's if you look at wrestling, you hope it starts taking the route of comic books, because comic books have had like 3 chapters, or superheroes have had 3 chapters. You had the, and I may get this mixed up, right? You had the start of it, which was the Golden Age. Then it kind of went down a little bit, where Marvel almost went bankrupt. DC wasn't too good. That was Silver Age. I think I could be wrong, but you know what I mean? It started off really good. Then it was rough, and now it's becoming popular again because of the movies. And if wrestling is doing that, where it started, like, what are you doing? Hey, we're really, really good right now. The Attitude Era, WCW, and then it dipped down really hard because of the PG Christian Minecraft server stuff that they had to do with it, because the kids and blah, 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 blah. If they are ramping that back up now, like the thing that brought me back into wrestling recently was Pat McAfee. Like, because it's this guy's no hold bars on his daily shows. He curses, he's real with it. And seeing him get into it's pretty cool. Not even the Logan Paul aspect of it or these other things, but if this is like the next chapter and it's getting out of that, I'm all for it, because that's wrestling is fun. Wrestling is fun if it's good. And I think they hopefully are getting back up on that route of being good. Excuse me.
I mean, Jungle Cruise for The Rock was huge, man. Like so huge that they booked the sequel like almost instantly because of the outpour of how many people love that movie. But The Rock has always been a wholesome person though. Like he fucking did, what was it, Fairy Godmother, whatever. The fairy one. Fairy. Yeah, Tooth Fairy. I mean, I thought that was ridiculous, but that was a huge hit. It was like one of the biggest hits for him. Funny enough, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying, like my man. I mean. The Rock is hot stuff right now. It's as simple as that. I mean, no matter how you book it, no matter how people feel about it, it's because he's a positive energy, like all around. He's positive on the acting front, outside of the acting front. He does stuff for his community. He doesn't do it for show. He has no reason to do it for show. He's one of the biggest network people out there, if not the biggest now. Yeah, speaking of that, we talked about it. This really doesn't have too much to do about comic books, but it does impact the comic book universe, because this person was supposed to be introduced into the Marvel universe, rumored a while ago, and that's Will Smith. We talked about the Slap last week updates. I think I'm gonna say it right now. They're doing Will Smith absolutely incredibly wrong, I feel. He shouldn't have slapped nobody. But at the end of the day, my God, the amount of predators and like masochists and all that shit that get Grammys every year didn't get banned from the. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on. Will Smith they're at the lowest of his career right now. It sucks. It just sucks to see, and what I don't get, and I could be really wrong about this, and correct me if I'm wrong. I saw a video the other day that literally made me want to just like, I don't know, man. There was a video of Jada Smith filming Will at his lowest and being sarcastic. And I'm like, wait a minute. This man just ended his career by slapping Chris Rock because of you, and you're going to do this to him? Like, what the like, bro, I don't know what's going on. I'm perplexed. I was confused. I was like, is this old? This gotta be old. This is old, man. This is before the slap. My man has, bro, it's like she's 2 different people, man. Maybe even 3 at this point. She should have played Moon Knight. I hate to say, like, bro, I don't know what's going on. I know people got their things behind closed doors, but Will is broken.
He still hasn't posted any. He still hasn't posted anything. Yeah.
You know, he said that his social media is his bread and butter, especially now.
He's not doing anything with it. Yeah.
He can't do it because Jada's out here ruining his image. Like I don't.
Of course, it would be a female. I'm kidding. My wife's in the other room.
My mouth. See, if you guys stab him, that's on him. It ain't come out my mouth, bro. I ain't trying to get canceled out here, bro.
You hear my wife in the background, honey.
No, your shit is getting. Man, we on Twitter right now, bro. They better cut that from the edit that. Yeah. She said she doesn't want to be married 2 days ago, dude. I don't know what's going on with that. I just feel so sorry for Will. And then on top of that, I watched some. I shouldn't have done this. I went down a rabbit hole, and I saw some table talks, and Jada was talking about learning self-pleasuring at the age of 9 by her grandmother, bro. Like I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to. And she's saying because if you let a man pleasure you, he thinks he owns you. I'm like,
I got nothing. I'm just, I'm not.
But the thing is that what hurt me the worst is Willow agreeing.
Oh,
that hurt me the worst.
Water? Oh, no.
Because Willow is just like, yup, a man. I'm like, no. You hate your dad too? What the like? I just. You know what, man? I wish the best for Will Smith. I think he's a very incredible person. I think he has a lot to give the world. He gave the world a lot, and we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But let me tell you, I know somebody when they're broken when I see it, because I visit that place a good bit, and Will is broken, man. Like he doesn't know his emotions, dude. During that short thing of her filming him, his emotions went from like hurt to crying to angry to sad to he didn't know how to he didn't know how to emotion, bro. Like he was even smiling at one point, like but it was like that breakdown, like that I don't know, man. I just felt so bad for him, dude. Like he's going through a lot, and I used to really hold Jada up there, man. But looking back at stuff and like digging up stuff on her, bro, it's wild, my guy. Like I bet Will really wish he never did what he did, because he's a big person to stick up for her.
I was going to say, I wonder when the sit down with like Oprah is going to be with this, like him explaining what went through his head, how he went from laughing about it to getting up there, doing it, and like smiling on his way back. I mean, that whole family situation, as you just brought up, it's
wild, bro.
I don't know how things can get to that, and you still anyway.
Imagine living in a household that you built, all these careers, his children, everybody's successful in their own way, and just to come home to be hated by, like I feel like the only person that truly loves him in like a non-judgmental way is his oldest son, maybe Jaden. We don't know what the hell's going through Jaden's mind half the time, but his oldest son is named Will too, right? I think it is. I can't remember, but his oldest son seems to like be the only one that's like there for his dad, man. Trey, yeah, Trey. Yeah, I think Trey's the only one that's like got his. I don't know, man. And Trey's he's not out there. He's not in that media like everybody else is, and I think that's the corruption that's it's damn, dude.
You see the good of Hollywood and you see the bad of Hollywood. Unfortunately,
it's the ugly, bro.
Not even the bad, the ugly. And unfortunately, there's more ugly than anything, because it's all I don't know. Yeah,
it's wild.
Yeah, anyway. Whatever that situation is.
Anyway, guys, yeah, he does have a book. I'm probably going to buy it and read it at this point. And like I said, I know my listeners like, I came here for comics. I ain't come here for no wheel drama. But it does impact it impacts the comic universe as a whole. And like the Imagine stuff. Will is a great actor. I think he would have been great in the MCU at some point as somebody. Doesn't even have to necessarily be a superhero, but we're losing one of the good ones. You know, it's that I just thought it was wild that he took up for her and got all this stuff and then she turned on him. Anyway, moving on to other things. So we have the Flash. Hopefully he gets recast and they throw him away and bring up Grant. Grant deserves his spot to shine on the silver screen. I think everybody would love that because nobody really cared about that.
I saw Monkey talk about this and she brought it up, was Multiverse of Madness. So we're less than a month away from it.
Yeah. So I already got my tickets, bro.
I was actually just about to ask you, did you pick up your tickets for it? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
when are you going? Are you going on Friday, Wednesday, Thursday?
No, I'm going the day after. So Winter's birthday is on the 7th. We're going on the 8th, which is, I think, is a Sunday. Yeah, it's a Sunday.
Okay.
I was making sure I was like 7th. Yeah, it's 7th. Yeah, man, I got so many birthdays, bro. My family has a birthday in every month, fam.
Damn,
so I have to figure out who is what half the damn time. There might be 2 in May. I don't even know. Anyway, but anyway, yeah, this month is my mom's, and next month is hers, and the month after that is somebody else's in the family.
They put more trailers out there.
Oh, my dad's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I mean, I don't think there's
too. Yeah,
I mean, we've kind of went into it. We've talked about, the potential of the Illuminati. What's going on with Wanda. Patrick Stewart, if it's him or not? Question mark, smiley face. Like, it's at a point now where we're kind of into the hype of it is down. Yeah, now we're just like waiting for it. Not that
because I'm tired of trailers, bro. Yeah. I'm just tired of it. I just want to see the movie. Like, stop putting trailers out. Don't follow the Sony route and play the whole damn movie in the trailer. Yeah. Speaking of it, so that's a good point to bring up. Baki Sonic 2. Yeah. No, it's not my first time. I went to see Spider-Man in the theater because there was no way I'm waiting for that. And typically in the theater, there's nobody near us. Everyone is like, they section the seats off to where like they're broken up by a space. Unless you move.
That's good, yeah.
And we typically sit in the middle. We go early. We're like old people. We go early in the morning during them senior hours, so we don't want to deal with no kids, nothing. That's when we do it. Yeah. Can you give us the biggest predictions or surprise guests for Sonic?
Oh, for Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, for Multiverse of Madness?
I think Baki. I think. Matinee, baby. Yeah, the matinees are where it's at.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
Dude, the old hours is my jam. I don't want to go at night. Too many people.
No, for Multiverse.
Oh, for Multiverse. Okay. Well, let's talk about the people we know. We know that Miss Marvel might I think she might make a show in this film. I think she might be in credits or something. I think she might make a show in it. We know Chavez is there. Okay. We know Wanda's there. I think we might see Florence Pugh in this. I'm thinking. We might see what's her face? Rhonda might be in this. Her name Rhonda, right? Rhonda. Oh my God, dude! I'm getting the other Miss Marvel.
Oh,
Captain Marvel.
The
Rambo.
Monica Rambo. Okay.
Monica Rambo. Sorry, Rhonda and Rambo. This is a Rhonda. Anyway, Monica Rambo. I'm pretty sure we'll see her. Blue Marvel might be in this. Patrick Stewart might be in this. I think we're gonna get an X-Men. Definitely Fantastic Four setup. 100%. 100% Fantastic Four setup. If they don't put Fantastic Four setup in this, I'm gonna be questioning because we are coming up on almost we're coming up on the end. We're at the end of the first quarter of the year. We're going into the second quarter of the year. Fantastic Four is in January, unless they push it back to March. So I think that setup will be good, whether it's a post credits or within the movie. I would love to see Robert Downey Jr. one more time. I would love to see it, but I doubt it. I really hope it's not Tom Cruise. I really hope that he doesn't show up. Who else might we see? I believe that we're gonna get. You think we're gonna get Spider-Man in this?
I would think so. Even if it's like a little like blip of something, I think there is going. It would be hard for it not to be in it. Multiverse.
I mean, maybe not, but maybe so. I don't know. I know he's due for some kind of appearance. Yeah, X-Men. We definitely need some X-Men in there. 100%. Like we 100% need X-Men at some point. Because I mean, the video looks like Human Torch but it could be Blue Marvel. I don't know. They flashed it and they changed the colors like twice, so I don't know.
They've changed it 3 times now. You're talking about you're talking about the trailer that just came out the other day, right?
So they keep changing it.
So they've changed it 3 times. In the first trailer that it was
like Human Torch first time, Blue Marvel the second, and I don't know who. Well, the flames were different colors.
Yeah, like with the metal, right, and the blue. So the first time it went up, it looked like clearly you saw a goatee, and it looked like Tom Cruise. And then like the second one that came out, it looked like
because
Monica
they thought it was
Rambeau.
They thought it was
Superior Iron Man.
Yeah, Superior Iron Man. Yeah.
And now the last one, I'm sorry, the one before this one that came out, it looked like black curly hair, female's face. So we thought it was not. Yeah, not Monica Rambeau. Who was the friend of Captain Marvel that was the fighter that had the baby?
Oh, her mom?
Yeah, that passed away. Monica Rambeau's mom. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're saying
that maybe
that
because she
went
was
on
supposed
the
to adopt the power. Right.
Yeah, because this is a multi that's supposed to be her. But then if you look again at this one, and if you pause it, same thing. It's metal attire. It looks like a guy now with white, but no goatee. So it's like they're changing it 3 times now. So,
I think this is for leaks. I honestly think they're putting bait out there, because this is definitely the biggest film for Marvel this year because of the setup going into the new phases. There's going to be apparently, from what I've read, rumor. I always throw rumor in front of it because I don't like to say it's true or not. This is supposed to be one of the biggest casts. This cast of this movie is supposed to be bigger than Infinity Wars. It's supposed to be bigger. So we've only seen like maybe 10 people if we lucky. Like,
we're gonna see a lot of people.
Kang is definitely gonna be in it. Like, absolutely. I think Loki, 100%. I think we're gonna see Loki.
Would be interesting if they brought in there. But here's one for you. What about if they're playing with us and it's neither of those? I mean, you have the Ultron bots that look like Iron Man and everything. So everyone's trying to put 2 and 2 together, like the fist coming down on the invisible punch that happened to the lizard in that trailer, right? We all assume it's going to happen. So we all assume it's going to be some version of Iron Man. Bye, Monkey. Well, what happens if it's none of those and it's the original Marvel? The white-haired, big brawly man instead. Because I think maybe it's a throwback to him. It could be, but
we also don't know what time period that is in. Like, at this point, we don't know if that's before. Like, you know how they like to arc over, like, the multiverse has been around for a long time and this shit's been happening, blah blah blah, and then present day, and then, you know what I'm saying? Because they flipped us around all over the place. I'm just happy we got two Doctor Strange. I'm really happy about that.
Well, I mean, right now we have, I think, 4 that we saw in these trailers combined, which is nuts. And I'm all for that because Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness should be Doctor Strange in all different ways. So you saw Tommy and Billy, right? Tell me this in the last trailer. You said you saw the last. Tell me this isn't screaming House of M right now.
It is. Like, it's definitely set up for House of M, especially the Wanda scene. Especially the Wanda scene where she pretty much deals with herself. Wanda meeting Scarlet Witch. That part. That, I was like, oh God, I don't know where to go with this at this point. And that makes a lot of sense to set up multiple forks in the road because that'll bring us into our X-Men match. And I am I'm here for it. I just need Gimmick and Rogue, please. But anyway, I'm here for the X-Men.
How do you think, and this is a question for the audience too, I haven't even given my answer, crazy ones, but who do you think, sorry, Scarlet Witch is a Nexus being. We've already known that. There's only supposed to be one. They've shot and shown these trailers like there's multiple Scarlet Witches, multiple hers. Do you think there is multiple, or she's just going through an arc in these trailers?
Bro, what if she never destroyed her world but split herself into 2 possibilities and made it to where that Wanda lives happily ever after with her kids, so to speak, and she goes off to be Scarlet Witch? She could do that. What if she what if she visits herself in Wanda's world, just like they had Quicksilver show up, you know? Like, what if she's doing that? Like, there's so much there because that Wanda looked like the same bruises and shit that she had on the show. like I don't know. I'm so confused. Like that's why I really like these trailers because it's really really has me questioning a lot of theories that I had. I'm just like, what if?
Oh, wait a
What if?
second. What if is canon? Wait, what? What if is canon and there's a zombie what if in there of Scarlet Witch, so she can't be the only Nexus being?
No. I don't think.
No.
I don't
What
think
if
zombie
is
made
canon?
it.
No, what if is canon? It's 100%
I know what if it's canon, but I don't think she made it in this.
No, I know she didn't make it. I didn't. She didn't make it in. But sorry. Let me try to rephrase this. So, what I said was
Captain Carter did.
No. What I said was Scarlet Witch is a Nexus being. There's only one of her, so the only one of her should be the one that is in our MCU that we've seen. But that's not the case because in What If there is a Scarlet Witch represented, and that's not our Scarlet Witch. It's zombified, so that already defuncts the Nexus being solo. So there can be more than one Scarlet Witch in different universes.
That is technically right, but that Scarlet Witch turned the way she is because she lost Vision.
But even in a multiverse, there's only one in a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
That shows that there's more than one in a timeline. I don't know what this was with my hand.
Or maybe she is the zombie version and we're just in the past and that's the future. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's really interesting that they put What If in made it canon. Like I just think it's really because I mean, Doctor Strange makes a lot makes
Captain Britain is supposed to be on the council.
Captain Carter is there.
Captain Carter's there, and we saw Doctor Strange in his third eye. I mean, that's gotta be him. Like if
it's gotta be What If. It's interesting. I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to dissect because I don't want to be right about anything. I want to be like completely surprised, left hooked out of nowhere. I don't think there is a Marvel movie that did that to me yet. No Marvel movie has left hooked me yet. So I'm waiting for that, and I think this is the one because it's just too many possibilities. And I hate to say this is going to make or break Marvel for this phase because it's either going to be good or it's going to be horrible. We haven't seen Cumberbatch in a bad film. I mean, in a bad Marvel film yet. I personally don't think so. You know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait.
You know what would be cool? You want to talk about off the wall cameos? This is going completely left field, and I don't know where I read this. So whoever said this, you know, kudos to you. But so James Gunn recently said he's very excited for something he just shot for the Christmas Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a scene with someone they don't know. So Mark Hamill, he loves him. Imagine they're going through the universes and it's a crazy cameo. No, it's Mark Hamill as Santa Claus. And he's wielding the Infinity Gauntlet because Santa Claus does wield the Infinity Gauntlet in the comic books. They just do like a throwback to it. I mean, that's literally left field. That is literally left field,
bro. I mean, anything can happen, I guess, but I hope the hell not. Mark Hamill needs to sit his ass down. I'm sorry. Like, just sit down and play Joker for me, okay? On a cartoon. Thank you.
Yeah, I can't. Like, what else could there be, right? Like, if you have Patrick Stewart, would you have Ian McKellen? I mean, you have a bunch of X-Men. Do you think
Ian officially said he wasn't in the movie, but then again, we know people lie in Hollywood. But he said that he has nothing to do and he doesn't want to be in it. Like he like literally just kind of ended that. But I think he was fantastic, Xavier. I think he was great.
Captain Carter in it would be cool. Hallie Atwell
Jennifer
doing
Lawrence.
her thing.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Mystique.
Did she pop yet? Like pregnant? So I don't think she's in the movie.
I haven't heard a movie about her.
She was very
God
pregnant.
knows how long.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, some type of Fantastic Four reference. Chris Evans could play multiple roles in this film if you really want him to.
He could.
Whether Captain America, Captain Hydra,
also, Scarlett Johansson apparently is not done with Marvel.
Yep, we've talked about. I mean,
she better not come back as anything Fantastic Four. I swear to goodness.
What could she come back as outside of a Black Widow? I don't. Hawkeye?
No.
Female version of Hawkeye?
Oh, you mean not Katie Bishop, but what's her face?
Yeah.
Yeah, his daughter. No, his daughter's there. His daughter's
Mockingbird?
there, and yeah. No,
She could actually be Mockingbird, Bird, and him and Clint, her and Clint are married. That would be interesting.
Wow. No, I don't think they'd do that. She would have to play someone where she has to completely transform herself.
I don't want
not be Scarlet.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it because
not be Black Widow. But I know she's not done with Marvel. She might only be doing like a production side thing too. She may not even be in the film.
Which we have to talk about. There's something production wise we have to talk about. It's, you know what? I don't, because we can dive into it so much, we'll end up probably figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it's crazy, but that is literally what we do on the show when we start trying to dissect
there's
things.
So many possibilities, bro. She could even be a villain at this point, makeup wise. We don't know. They can completely. I mean, we saw what they did with the Batman and Penguin. I mean, they could do the same thing. We never know. So I don't know. It's just really fun. It's just such a good time to be a comic book lover because we have so many possibilities out there. It's just nothing. What I need a Young Justice movie. I need a freaking good Young Justice movie that's like grounded and it could be its own thing. I don't care about it being related to anything. I just want a Young Justice movie. Okay. And let the people write it that did the anime. Please. Okay. And cast the right people. Please. I want it. I need it. And if I can get that, I'll be happy. I'll even take a, what's the other group? There's Young Justice and Justice League, the kids, Robin and Raven and all. I'll take that too. Like I just want something outside of the norm with DC and throw it inside that and just give it to me and just let me have some fun with it, man. I think having younger versions would be great. Give me Jason Ackles as Red Hood, please. Just give it to me. I'll take that. The man wants to be it. I mean, I'm pretty sure you got to pay him that much because he really wants to do it. So like, just let him do it. Freak, man.
He's perfect for it. I mean, he's a little bit older now. Like, I get it, but there's got to be a way to figure that out.
You can put some makeup on that man and he'll look as young as you need him to. I mean, there's people out there that play younger.
I mean, you brought up Young Justice. There is a version of Young Justice that has Aqualad in it. And the news that broke yesterday was that Aqualad is being developed into let me actually just get this right because I don't remember if it's a movie or HBO Max is developing Aqualad origin story. You Brought Me the Ocean about an openly gay superhero. That's the headline. Are we getting a black Aqualad or the white Aqualad? I want to know that. That'd be interesting. Yeah, so I'm getting this from comicbookmovie.com. Here's the article. So Variety,
the comic books are out.
Yeah, Variety
for Pride Month, they did it.
Variety reports that HBO Max is developing an Aqualad TV series based on the young adult graphic novel You Brought Me the Ocean. The 1 hour dramedy is based on Alex Sanchez and
it's an hour.
Yul Macho's story about Jackson Jake Hyde, a gay teenager living in New Mexico, and he is Black African American in this.
That's him. The name made it. Dope. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. I mean, right now it's like what? Superman, Batgirl, Batwoman. I don't know which one she's going by. Let's say Batwoman.
Apparently,
Aqualad.
Charlize Theron is supposed to produce this.
Somebody else is. Yeah, they did like a Pride Month comic book like lineup, and it has like the new Superman. Batwoman, Aqualad, maybe Green Lantern. I can't remember. That's dope. I'm here for it. Like I said, I think all walks of life needs to be represented in these things. Yeah, one of the lanterns. Yeah. I really like Aqualad too. I think Aqualad is a dope character. I think he's a dope character. His name could be better, but he's dope.
It's Superman. There's a
Batwoman,
Black Batman. What is this? This looks dope.
You talking about the art?
Dark Crisis event in DC. Dude, this is a piece of art that I'm looking at right now where there's Superman, a Black Batman that looks fantastic, this Wonder Woman that I've never seen, Aqualad that, funny enough, looks like Michael Jordan's Killmonger, like the hair and the face.
Yeah. Female, that's it.
What is this? This looks dope.
They're all. I get so caught up like what word do I use? Gay or like? But anyway, it's like Pride. It's like the Pride collection. I guess you want to call it. It's really awesome. The artwork is fantastic. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter, and the artist actually posted like high res pictures of it and everything. It's really like the art is super well done. That's one thing I love about it is that they really take their time. You could tell that they took their time and like really put effort and thoughts into it and didn't just make them look generic. You know, and that's one thing I really, really love about it.
Oh, here we
go.
You
got to thread like, you got to be like, hey, you got to use the right terminology. I have no idea what they use it anymore. Dude, I think gay is safe. I think it's good.
Yeah.
LGBT, I'll just say LGBTQA plus. There we go. Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the roster, that's a spoiler, but no, okay. The roster consists of Jace Fox's Batman, so Lucius Fox's son, John Kent's Superman, Joe Mullins Green Lantern, Jackson Hyde's Aquaman, and Yara Flores Wonder Woman. That's cool.
Yeah, it's dope. They look really nice. No, strong. They don't look frail or nothing like that. You know, like people not putting the stereotypical thoughts into creating these characters. They look really, really good.
Well,
I'm really interested in them.
Art?
I know the art is amazing. Yeah, the artist is on Twitter. It's I want to say, is it a black? I think it's a black guy that's the artist. I forgot his name. I feel really bad about not knowing. I every time I scroll into it, I saw.
We haven't even talked about Moon Knight yet. Casual.
Yeah, we haven't gotten into it. I haven't watched episode 2, but we could talk about episode 1.
We can do full spoilers of episode 1, because that's what we were supposed to do today anyway.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, dope. Really excited about that. Lego Star Wars is out, by the way, and making some ground. It's doing really well. People are very, very happy about it. Yeah. Who do you all think could play Longshot? Oh, damn. That's actually a really good question.
Yes, Baki, he is. Superman and Lois, it's crazy how CW could do it with Superman.
I don't know.
The Superman and Lois on the CW, if you haven't watched it yet and you want a good Superman storyline with good visuals and a Lois and Superman that's good and a story of his kids getting, like, it's actually really, really good, and I don't think it gets the, no pun intended, justice that it deserves or due that it deserves, because it is a really good show. I think it just gets
justice.
No, Superman and Lois on the CW. It's actually a really good show.
People are saying that,
and they just came off of a whole Bizarro arc, which was dope. How they portrayed Bizarro. I thought it was going to be Doomsday, and I'm happy it wasn't Doomsday, and then it was Bizarro, and I am all for it. Give me more of it.
Interesting. All right, Sonic 2 is in theaters. Go see it. Idris Elba is Knuckles, and people are going absolutely bonkers over it. Bonkers over Knuckles. So I'm very interested. I haven't even seen Sonic 1 yet. Yeah, shame on me. Clap. But it looks great, and they already said there's gonna be a Sonic 3.
Yeah, they already got
Super Sonic and Sonic 3. I don't know. It's interesting. How big Sonic is coming back, and you know what? The sales went up on Nintendo, whatever it is, like the retro stuff where you can play Sonic and all that stuff. All the sales went up. Like people are a sucker for nostalgic, super characters. But bad news is Jim Carrey said he will not return as Eggman. Or Dr. Robotnik, which is interesting to me because Dan, does he not like money?
Really? I thought.
Yeah, he said that he will not be returning. Yeah, like it was like a big deal, and it was on the internet. Sad news for Sonic lovers that Jim Carrey says he's done. I don't, and it's funny how that came out right after Will Smith's slap. What was going on, man?
Well, he was very vocal about it. Like,
yeah, I don't know what is going on. Hollywood is such a weird place. I've been thinking Twitch is weird, but Hollywood has got to be like, Twitch got to be like a scrape on a cement when it comes to this stuff. Hollywood has probably been dealing with this stuff for ages. But anyway, Sonic 2. I haven't seen it. We're not going to go into spoilers or nothing like that. Just go see it and tell us what you think. I think Idris Elba is kind of tired of talking about Knuckles. He's been memeing people and telling them, like, they were like, hey, how do you feel about Knuckles? And this and that. He's like, I'll put him in a cart in a grocery store and let him pick up like boxes of cereal for me. Like, what? Anyway. Okay. In our news section, thanks to Paul, one of our lovely production, said that Black Widow is coming to an end with episode 15. So I don't I don't know what's going on there. Let's see. It says so. This is the final issue for now. Thompson's Substack post reads, but there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, and it's not always something you could talk about publicly. But what I can say is that there are plans for a bit more story from this creative team. Things are still being wrangled, but I'm optimistic, and we'll work on it. Oh, I guess is that like an animation for Black Widow? Eh, you know, I feel like when a character kind of loses they kind of go away from the MCU, people's like, I don't want to say care goes away for the character, but they kind of become more relaxed because, they're gone from the MCU. I even find myself that way. I'm just like, Black Widow, yeah, okay. I think we got enough of her anyway, but whatever. Power Girl returns to DC Universe as the hero in One Star Squadron. I like Power Girl. Power Girl is like one of my favorites. I love the design. I love the way she looks. I love her character in general. I love her attitude. Her attitude is really, really interesting. It's like refreshing to see. She's kind of cocky, and like she's okay. She in most universes of Superman, she's a cousin of Superman, right? Power Girl.
Yeah, Kara. It's like Power Girl, Supergirl, kind of like a mix and match here or there. It's Kara Zor-El and
yeah.
I like Power Girl more than
I love Power Girl more than Supergirl. Yeah. Power Girl to me is dope. I love, you know what I really like about her? I like that they drew her like built, like not like a overly girly version. I love seeing full bodied, like, because she screams power. I mean, her name is Power Girl. Like I feel like she's got that whole aura, and I would love to see a Power Girl film or even like a TV series, a Power Girl. I would just freaking love it. Like, and it'd be kind of accurate towards the comic books. And if they do really well with that, they can put it in the universe with Superman, whoever that will be. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Moon Knight since we have a little bit of time. It was asked about Moon Knight episode 1. Spoiler wise, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. And when I say pretty good, I thought it was a good setup. It's a lot of storytelling. You get to see Oscar Isaac, do his acting. And you get to see a lot of mental, we kind of sit in his head for a good bit of the show. And it's interesting how they go back and forth between reality and his mental. We are asking the question, we don't know where the hell we are. And that's exactly what he's asking. And I think that was successful. Very great cast members. I brought up last time that his boss in the museum,
Donna,
is fantastic. We all have a Donna in our lives, and she's that Donna, man. And I really love it. It's like a love-hate relationship with her. One moment she's telling you to scrape bubblegum off the bottom of the desk, and the next moment she's praising you. Like, you don't know what to get from Donna. She's that boss everyone hates to love or love to hate. Other than that, I thought it was good. I thought the CGI was decent. I thought the scenes, they're a little ridiculous, but I think it's Moon Knight ridiculous because Moon Knight is a ridiculous character. So I think having that mixture is there. I like how the atmosphere changes, going from like, a confused Oscar Isaac playing the character Steven, and then going into like a cult thriller. I don't like mobs of people, and that was very worrying to me. I was just like, seeing like mobs of people just come and start to walk like very culty. That was very disturbing. So overall,
that's why I like that. I like that scene because of that, because it showed off what this character is. They dive a little bit deeper into that. But I mean, I think I'm a little bit more into it than you. I had this like kind of like hyped in my head because it's like, ooh, Marvel's kind of gonna go a little bit, they're going next level now finally, right? Like they're gonna start going into mental stuff. They're gonna get a little bit darker. They're not gonna pull punches because like, Moon Knight isn't a pull punch character. I mean, it's a mercenary. He kills people, Mark Spector. And the way they kind of shot certain scenes like a horror, especially with Khonshu, was really cool. I do feel that certain comedy sections, certain jokes were forced. I don't know why. like as much as I like Donna, maybe one or two things was forced on her. Like I really wish that whole Khonshu coming down the hallway kind of played out a little bit different instead of it just being the old lady and it's oh, my contact. Like ha ha ha. I kind of wanted a little bit more of a horror into it. I mean, they ended the show exactly how I probably would have ended it too. I mean, they leaved you with what you wanted at that point. I love how they're playing with mirrors and reflections and how that's telling a story. We're getting you know what's interesting?
It's very comic booky.
It is.
Now that I think about it.
We're getting a show that's really diving into the gods of the MCU and how they work.
Yeah.
I don't think we're got that before. Like, we're really getting into supernatural here. Like we have the Celestials, we have, Titans and
worldly beings, aliens.
And it's kind of like Moon Knight is telling a story of how the gods work to help us with why God Butcher Christian Bale is going after the gods in Thor Love and Thunder. It's kind of like it's telling this story to get you there, which is freaking dope now that I think of it. But I really enjoyed the first episode. I really enjoyed the second episode. I really want to get your opinion on it once you see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it this weekend. Like I said, I think it's good. I take what I say very light. I'm very critical of my Marvel shit, but at the end of the day, I think the way they're introducing the character is very important.
Yes,
because the character is not a well-grounded character in a lot of people's minds. Granted, we know he is, but the majority of the audience does not. Now, on the point, Baki, you talking about the steak. Here's the deal. You always, as a waiter, it may not be the best advice, but you always suggest well done because not everybody likes their shit bleeding. Not everybody likes to see pink because people that are ignorant to steaks think that it's undercooked. Unfortunately, if a person asks you, give me the best steak or how should I have my steak done? I mean, I think if I'm a waiter, I'm gonna say well done. I'm gonna be a little bit more like I'll say stuff like these are the different types of steak you can have and this and the other. But he was awkward as shit. Let's just be. He's an awkward person. He looked like the world was like sitting on his head, and I wouldn't want to even talk to him. I'd be like, yeah, well done, bro. Like you got to get it. So I understand where the scene was going with it. I understand your argument to it. But I think it really put the awkwardness even more awkward.
Oh yeah,
vegetarian or vegan, whatever he was.
So you eat
ordering meat, and when somebody's not a steak eater because they're not going to ask you that question.
Yeah, and that's not a steak restaurant either, like a steakhouse. Like
right.
If you go to a like upscale steakhouse, they only make it one way, and the chef only makes it one way. It's like, how do you prepare your steak? Only one way, but the chef does it medium or rare or something like that. They won't do well done. So that's just like a regular restaurant. It's not like an Applebee's or anything, but like it's just like a regular restaurant. It was like
sitting outside, it was like sitting outside, and I don't know. That little ass table, it definitely wasn't a high-end restaurant. At least I didn't think it was. It was like a little round little ass table. Like just sad in his own element.
That whole scene was great. Like he knew something was up. I mean, the way the episode started, so for him, the way the episode started, waking up, the shackles, the sand around him,
still weird.
Still weird to me. You know why? Because he doesn't know what's happening. The realization isn't there. He doesn't have a full realization at that point, but he knows it. He knows in this steak restaurant that something is bigger happening to me that I don't know because we're now not missing hours. I've missed a weekend. I've missed like 3 days or something like that. I think it was, but the way that show started off with the music playing, you see the hands break the glass. Like, what are you doing? He puts it in his sandal. I don't know what it is. And then steps on it. That sets the tone that this is not going to be a easy, friendly ride of a series.
I would like to say, Disney Plus made you agree to TVMA, which I'm like, okay, all right. So we might see a little bit more of this growing into something else, So I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it's typical. I know outside seating is typical even in high end restaurants, but it was just the poor quality of the setup. It's like this little round table. It almost looked like a diner. It's like a little round table with like shitty condiments and not enough room for both of you to have a full plate of food, type crap. Like, it looked like outside New York to me. Like, that's just, I don't know.
I've never been to, I've been to Europe, but I've never been to the UK because that's where this is. So I don't know what I don't know what the setup is. Yeah. Like that was a really, really small table. So,
yeah. Well, but I don't know. To it high end. It just, I don't know. To me, the scene was good because it felt like everything was just like a roller coaster was happening to him, and he was just kind of like accepting it. We know, like not like yay, accepting like yeah, my life sucks. Yeah, yeah, like just accepting it.
Yes, Godspeed. Yeah.
Not only that, they added all the series to Netflix along with it. So that's true. That's true. Yep.
I also have to put
I love the way this is going.
I also have to put a code in to get into my account. Because they went ham for it, and
yeah,
I mean they're doing everything to prevent kids to watch it, yet you still have some parents.
Oh yeah, we're not saying that you think that was a bad scene. I'm just saying like it's like the lead up to that was just like my life's weird. I'm a weird person, like just accepting it and just rolling with it. I don't know. I'm really happy about New Moon Knight. Because that could have went so wrong. That show could have went so wrong. Started off really wrong. And starting off things always sets the mood. It's like, people like say you don't judge a book by its cover, but yes, you do. Let's be real. You do. If the cover is interesting, you're more willing to pick it up. And I think they did a really good job with the first episode. Is
this how we felt with the first episode of the other ones? I thought
Wanda's first episode was dope.
Yeah,
I liked it. I'm the oddball out.
No, I was with you. I loved it.
I was like, oh man, this is interesting. Like I was very interested in it, and like they kind of did a flip flop a little bit, like showing her beforehand and then now, and like all you did was just like, what? Where did we get to this point? So you start thinking about it. And it knowing the comics like House of M and stuff, you start to be like, oh shit, like it's starting to make some sense. I thought it was pretty good. Winter Soldier started off with a bang. Falcon and Winter Soldier started with a bang. Loki.
I'm trying to think like Loki.
I feel like Loki was slow. I feel like it was slow.
Loki
but we're so in love with Loki though. Yeah, we're so in love with Loki.
Yeah, Loki and What If I remember starting slow.
Yeah. What If started slow.
Hawkeye, I think so too. I remember liking Hawkeye definitely as a whole. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, it did have a slow part. Yeah, the first two episodes were kind of slow because they were doing the Katie Bishop, the flashback where the suit was. And they kind of had to make up for those gaps that Marvel puts in films. So that makes sense. Because it did ramp up. It was a ramp up period for Hawkeye for sure.
Yeah, I think once you get through episode 2 and where I think it's going to lead us in episode 3, I think we're going to get like a What If kind of Loki vibe out of it. Cause I was excited for episode 1. I don't think it let me down, but I wasn't overly hyped for it coming out of it. I wanted episode 2 and I got episode 2. It's an interest. Yeah. This goes back to what we originally talked about at the beginning. We're at an interesting point right now because this is our first time working with characters that we haven't seen or heard of or anything like that before, that we're getting a story told about them in a unusual manner after, was it 12 years or something like that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know how to take it. I mean, you can argue Eternals, but there was something with Eternals where I didn't get that out of it, if that made sense, where Moon Knight it's completely wiping itself away from everything else. There is no references to the blip. There is nothing going on with the Avengers or anything. Like this is just purely Moon Knight. And I like that. And we're going to get Miss Marvel afterwards, even though we're probably going to get some throwbacks and everything because of how it was shot, the trailer. So if this is how it's going to be and it's just going to get even better, I'm excited for it. And I'm vested anyway, but it's cool to see this because this is a new chapter for Marvel. Like, not multiverse, like this is a new chapter for Marvel because we're getting things we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
And I'm in for it.
Yeah, it makes sense to have setups and it makes sense to have ramp ups. You don't want to just throw people in the middle of like boom, bow, bang, early, because people do get tired of that crap. We had that roller coaster effect with Falcon Winter Soldier, even though we're like really used to seeing them in high action, they went up and then they went down and they went up and then they went down. And then they had a peak period where we were dealing with family shit and then we went back up. So I think that's a very comfortable place. I'm call me, I don't want to say that word because people, again, they're going to be offensive with everything. Call me wild. I'll just say that. When I say that I feel that Miss Marvel is going to be a huge hit, dude. I don't know why, but I got this super big feeling that Miss Marvel is going to be fun. It's going to be something we've been missing. It's going to be that show that connects like the teenagers and adults on the same level and like really, really, really start bringing in a lot of, okay, these kids are young, but they're starting to think like real Avengers, and they're getting a better start than the Avengers because everybody that was the Avengers were already put in some really heavy real world situations where these kids are just kind of growing up and learning as they go and had to deal with blips and all this other crap going on, right? So now everyone is like conscious of there being stuff outside of their world, and there's kids that want to be superheroes, you know, because a lot of the times we get the idea that people don't want to be superheroes. Clint don't want to do it. Like, I just want to sit down on my farm, you know, like type thing. You know, Steve Rogers, I want to hang it up, man. I'm tired of getting my ass beat for 70 years plus, you know, and so on and so forth. Everybody wants to hang it up, but these kids are just like, I want to do it. Like Miles Morales and Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like, man, hey, this is for the birds, man. You know, like everyone hates you. You lose everybody in your life. Miles is like, let me get it. You know, like, so it's what? Yeah, it's like, this is fun. Like Riri Williams is like super excited to be Ironheart, and I can't wait to see what they do with her. Cross my fingers that they do her justice because I'm afraid, I'm not gonna lie. You know, the Riri Williams thing is gonna be a big staple. She has some big armor to fill, so to speak. You know, so literally, yeah. So I'm interested.
It's growing up. I know I had it. I know you had it. A lot of people in chat had it. Probably a lot of listeners had it. We all had the fantasy of being our favorite superhero. We always wanted to be our own superhero. We generally created our own superhero. Hence me calling
still do to this day.
Hence me being called Nighthawk. I have a whole script I wrote and art drawings and everything, right?
Yeah.
But
same.
It's the one thing that's so cool about Miss Marvel. You saw it actually with Spider-Man and Robert Downey and Tony Stark, and you're gonna see it with Miss Marvel and potentially Miles Morales. Is they're living that. They are literally portraying everything that we wanted growing up, and what kids, not every kid, but kids that have those dreams or fantasies, they're actually putting that into film, into show with Miss Marvel. I mean, there's literally, what was it in, I said literally there a couple of times, but in the trailer, it's comic book, right? You have all the blowouts and art drawings. And there's a scene where they have her, jumping out, doing a backflip out of a window, like in Miss Marvel, because that's her fantasy. That's her dream. That's what we all did growing up. That's hell. I still even have some of those dreams now, because of how it is. And they're portraying like that is going to be, I got to say this right. This may be as impactful as Black Panther was for the Black community, as Miss Marvel for kids and like that generation of wanting to be superheroes and representing that part of it. It's bad. It's bad. It's just, I'm trying to.
No, I get what you're saying. You know? Yeah, I agree. Kamala Khan is a very, very, very important like representation figure, not only for, you know, when it comes to race, but women in general, especially young women, and the empowerment of being able to make change at a young age, because you're always told that you probably can't, you know, that it's going to be hard to do, but she's making this impact. And I think, you know, outside of Tom Holland and his high school things, I feel like we're finally getting someone that's not Mr. Popular or not. I mean, granted, Peter Parker wasn't popular, but he had it pretty easy. Let's be real, and especially in our MCU. Kamala Khan is going through a whole bunch of things. She has to deal with all kinds of things on a woman's standpoint or a young woman's standpoint, and we can only imagine what she's probably going through with strict ass parents. Didn't have that. I mean, Peter didn't have that. You know, so it's just like I want to see religion plays a big role in this. You know, I want to see how they handle that. As Baki brought up, her powers are a little bit different. She has like celestial powers. Just go ahead and say it. That bracelet gives the celestial powers. I don't know how they're going to tie that in. It's going to be really weird. But
because, skill originally, I believe she was a Inhuman, and she got her power from the Terrigen crystals. I think that's how you pronounce them.
Terrigen.
I think
gas or something like that.
I know how that's what is in the video game. I don't know if that's like in the comic book. That's
comic book. No, that's 100% comic book. Yep. And then she gets her powers multiple ways. And I think they even did one where she gets her powers like Miss Marvel. With Captain Marvel got her powers. I like polymorph. I think it's a very unique thing. They did show a little bit of polymorphing. I think what happens is this, and will correct me if I'm wrong later on. I believe she starts off with the cosmic version of her powers, and then they eventually develop into something that she wants, or that she's able to control herself. Like she kind of develops her own powers because she's kind of thrown into what do you call it? Superherohood, or what do you want to say? And she's like enjoying it. But I feel like she develops it later on because they did show a polymorph in the thing. Like she grew her fist and punched. But will she get big? Be able to go gigantic? And I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't know.
In biggins, yeah.
I don't know. She was just randomly found. They just thought that it was funny because I read that they just thought that she visually fit the role, and then she blew them away.
Which is cool.
I'm here for that because that means any of you can have a shot. Any of us can have a shot.
Call me.
Right? Please. Hello? I'll be in anything. I don't give a crap. Indie, DC, Marvel. I'll do it.
Here we go. I got a question because we're coming up to the end. Here's a perfect one. And this goes out to you, people in chat right now that are watching live, and to podcast listeners, and maybe we'll bring it up first in next week's episode. But
shut up, Nightshade. Anyway. I say herohood.
If you were gonna go out to an open casting call and you knew that you could be that character and they would cast you for it, like I know I wouldn't be Superman.
Oh, what character would you be?
I know I wouldn't be Superman. Like this isn't like my fan casting. Like this is who I think I would be cast as. Who do you think you would actually be cast as? And this is anything, Marvel, DC,
I thought about this
anything.
shit.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay.
I thought about this shit. On the Marvel side, I'd be Prowler, 100%. I feel like I got the look for Prowler. I feel like I got the build for Prowler. I'm athletic. I feel like I ain't got no hair. I feel like I can. They ain't gotta do much makeup, baby.
Uncle Frank.
Shit, I could be Prowler, bro. I'll be Aaron Davis. Put me in the fucking Iron Spider suit. I'm good. I definitely can't do Miles. I'm too old, but I can do it. I could do Miles. Actually, I could probably look like I could be 18-year-old Miles if I really wanted to. I have to grow some hair. They got to attach some hair to my head. But other than that, I would probably be Aaron Davis. I think I'd be the closest casting for him. Or I'll let you go. We'll go back and forth.
I have no idea. This literally just popped in my head.
Bro, if you're going for DC, you can literally be anybody.
If I go DC, I think
Batman Beyond,
maybe. Ooh, Terry McGinnis. No, I see myself more of like a Dick Grayson, like a Nightwing. Funny enough, I don't know why. Something about it. I don't know, but I
could also do a Lantern. There's so many iterations of Green Lantern. I can do that.
What Nick Kroll? I hate you, Tom. Oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot that I feel like I could be. Because the good thing about comics is you don't have to look like the person. You just have to pull off the feel of the person.
You see, the funny thing is I wouldn't go superhero, and it's kind of because my nose, and I've done this before on stream. I can't really do it right now, but I think I would actually make a pretty good Joker. Like, I think if I went in with my voice and like a weird scowl and like how my nose comes down, kind of like how the comic book Joker does, I think I would have a good shot. Funny enough.
If Leto could be Joker, I 100% say you could be it. Like, I think, I think Prowler. I've literally had this conversation with myself over and over again. I was like, I probably definitely, if I wanted to be in like a Spider-Verse, I'd be Aaron Davis in the Prowler outfit 100%. I would love to see a Static Shock like film.
Yeah,
I'd be in it. I wouldn't be Static Shock, but I think I could pull off somebody in there. You can see yourself as Gambit. Nice.
Yeah, okay, I could see that. I could see that casual. I could see that. I'm trying.
The problem is there's not many brown people. Unless they just change the race of a character already. Like.
Well, actually, so I
could probably do Black Panther. Like the original Black
The OG
Panther,
Black
the bald
Panther.
head with the goatee and everything. I could probably do that easy.
So you talk about changing characters, and we never talked about this.
Or what gender Ben would have?
So no, League. Oh my God, what is the CW show? League.
Yeah.
Booster Gold is not a blonde-haired white guy. It's Donald Faison from Scrubs, and he's perfect for it. Like it's literally perfect for it. So like, if you wanted to be Batman, you could be Batman. Like it's.
Oh yeah, I mean Michael B. Jordan's up there doing whatever he wants to do.
Yeah,
Superman and stuff.
Freaking Donald Faison, I forgot about that. That was dope from a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you could. That's the great thing about comics. I don't know, man. I'm still waiting for my big moment. So any comic book directors out there, casting directors, yo, hit me up. I'm cheap. I ain't gonna sit there and call me Tom Holland. $500,000. I'll probably do it. You know, I'm just saying, like. I don't blame Tom Holland at all for accepting that money. Put me in the MCU, man. Put me on a mark.
Where do I sign?
I think about all the endorsements that come with it. See. Anyway, that'd be dope.
You look more like a penguin.
I would love
I
to
hate you, casual.
Yeah, I think I'd rock a villain in a heartbeat. I'd definitely rock a villain. Villains are just as important as a hero. Sometimes even more important.
Yeah. I mean, look at the spotlight and look at how critically acclaimed a lot of these actors and roles are. It's not necessarily the good guys. It's a lot of them are the bad guys now. More recently than not.
Yeah, I was having this conversation with Winter about it. I was like, man, Malfoy and like Joffrey. Granted, they probably won't act ever again because people actually hate them, but they did their job. They did it well. To where it bled into their real lives, unfortunately, and people actually hate these people. They can't even go in the supermarket without being yelled at. Or probably, I feel bad for Malfoy boy. Like, imagine the sticks that come out, the wands that come out of the trench coats, pointing at you like, "Get out of my face, you know?" Like, goddamn. I don't know. It'd be wild, man. I wonder what he's doing now. Poor guy. I remember it was the interviews, sad interviews. Anyway. We can talk about this all day. It was a fun episode. It took my mind off a lot of stuff, so I appreciate you guys being here. And the conversation was baller in chat today. Give yourselves a hand for that. What a great. I mean, we've had hundreds and hundreds of people in here, and let me tell you, today's interaction was some of the best. So thank you so very much, people out there in the comic book world, comics world, excuse me, that are listening. Thank you for listening to our podcast and giving us support. And we really care about the comics, and we really care about what you think about it. And wow, those numbers show. And let me tell you, my eyes got wide about how many people listen to this podcast. So thank you very much for that. Make sure you guys on Twitter follow The Comics Show, and that's The Comics, COMMIX Show. Okay, on Twitter, at The Comics Show on Twitter. Please follow. We need to get to 100 followers, man. It's a brand new account. Please dump the follows. It costs you nothing. And we do not mega post random junk on there, okay? We just post anything common. And you follow it, you can say, hey, guys, I would love if you talk about Gambit and why is he important to the X-Men world and why do we not have a movie yet? I'd love to talk about that. So let's go.
Yeah, I mean, and to end it, I actually love good villains more than good superheroes. You have to have a good villain to have a good superhero, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So,
hey, thanks for the Prime sub, DK.
Thank you for the Prime sub, DK. Yeah, go check it out. Us on Twitter. I just put it in chat a couple of times. It's twitter.com/thecomicshow. If you're listening to us on the podcast, once again, like Frank said, thank you so very much. There's a lot of you out there. Appreciate and love the support. If you want to follow us on Twitter, the show, it's The Comic Show. Comic is spelled with a good old X. With that being said, we got episode 40 next week. So that'll be on the 16th of April. Is that Easter weekend?
It is. We may or may not have it. I don't know. We have to see. Because I have. We'll see.
I just realized that's Easter weekend.
I forgot it was holidays. Because I don't work with I'm doing content creation full time, so I don't know holidays anymore. You asked me when I was working my job that I hated. Oh, I knew holidays, bro.
I got this.
Yeah, I'm like, we definitely off this day, so. But anyway.
Oh man, but yeah, we'll be back. If not next week, the following week. If you don't follow us yet, obviously Twitter, we just said The Comic Show will keep you apprised on there or on our own Twitters. I'm at Nighthawk Plays, very active on Twitter. Also, when I stream, which I think I'll be back on Monday after the past week of hell. I'm on there. Go check me out at Nighthawk Plays on Twitch or follow me on Twitter. And I do some fun TikTok stuff as well at Nighthawk Plays Technique. What about you?
Yep, twitch.tv/Technique, no, you know, E, just a Q at the end. Also on Twitter is Technique TV because somebody took my name.
Son of a-
Yeah, every other media is Technique TV. Except Instagram is just Frank Ellerby. Playing a lot of Lost Ark, man. I mean, that's my main game if you want to come out and see some Lost Ark code, but also playing a hell of a lot of Gundam Evolution. I think I'm already at like 12 or 13 hours. I don't even know. I'm like, I played every day, multiple hours a day, late at night.
When does that close beta close?
2 or 3. April 12th. So if you want to get in, you could try to get in by going to Steam and typing in Gundam Evolution and clicking on the request button. You have a chance of getting in. If not, you can always come by my stream when I'm playing it. I'll be giving away codes for instant access. The game is dope. If you like anything like Overwatch, but you hate the toxicity, come over to Gundam. It's like Overwatch with Gundam. And if you like anime, I mean, it's the perfect marriage. Mecha Unix, it's great. It's fun. It's more fast paced than Overwatch. You don't have to worry about no payload crap. It's dope. Come on over, enjoy the game. Everybody can be good at it. It's really, really fun, and I can't wait to see where they take it. It's going to be on all systems besides the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be free to play when it comes out. So
yeah, I was watching Frank. I was watching Frank play it last night, and it looks like so much fun. I'm gonna try it out maybe Monday morning. I don't know what you're doing. Probably playing Lost Ark, but oh no, you're off on Mondays. Never mind. Son of a
yeah. I'll be on this weekend. I'll be on this weekend.
All right. Well then, that's gonna be it.
That's it.
Everybody. Make sure to go check us out everywhere we said. We'll keep you apprised of everything on Twitter. And yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. What else? I feel like there's something else to say. Oh, catch up on Moon Knight. Catch up on everything Moon Knight.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and if you have a chance to go out to the theaters, let us know what you think of everything and everything all at once.
All at once.
Or whatever it is, because I may even try to see it. But
watch that. Don't watch Morbius. Anyway, see you later. Good night or day. Bye.
Bye, boys and girls.